Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft video brought to you by Rob's Mind. Today we're starting episode 6 of the TerraFirmaPunk series where, if you'll remember last episode, if you stuck around for the whole thing, we ended up killing a giant at the end. I actually killed 2 of them and we acquired some giant pickaxes. And these things are going to be super handy in the mission that we've got for today. We're going to be doing a lot of exploring, but first off guys, I had also said that I really want to get a blast furnace set up so that we can start working steel. We got our bloomery set up for working iron, which is very nice. Takes a lot of charcoal, but I've been making quite a bit. Then over here, we're going to be setting up our blast furnace. I've already got kind of an area built out, and it's going to go all the way up to these basalt bricks up at the top. So what we need to do, we're going to need to place down our crucible right here. This will catch molten metal in any ingot casts that we put in here, which will be great. We're going to need that very much so. Then we need a bellows facing in that direction. So good, the air is blowing out above the crucible. I need to actually make another crucible, so we've got some fire clay right here. And I got to be really careful because this is my last 5. All right, so we've got another crucible, and we'll take that. Place it up here in the crafting window, and all of these are double sheets, which is 4 ingots a piece. We need to surround it with them. That's 8 double sheets. What is that, 32 ingots? And then we'll take our blast furnace. Very nice, and I believe we actually can't place that down yet. We need to build up a bit of the structure for it. So we'll take our fire brick blocks, which, very expensive building material, but I happen to make the 20 of them that we are going to need. We'll place that on top of there. Yeah. We'll climb back inside, and then I'll place these last couple. See how it's going to feel whenever it's all done. Oh, cool, we can still come inside of here. That's really nice. And then we will be able to place the blast furnace in there. But first, believe it or not, there is one more step that we've got to do. We have to wrap all of this in iron. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these sheets right here, you can place them. Remember these things? Well, we can go ahead and make those. It's going to cost 120 ingots in order to wrap all 5 layers. Because it's going to be 60 double sheets, 12 per layer. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. So 120 ingots. Worked on my 2 crucibles and my single anvil over here. Let's do it, guys. All right, so we worked through all of that iron. Oh my goodness, I've already got all 60 sheets right down there to coat the blast furnace with, and now here we are making a couple of other sheets as well. Yeah, I've got this thing down to like an exact science right now. So we'll toss this in here to keep it nice and toasty. We'll work this other sheet real quick. I need to... Oh, whoa, that was weird. I need to make a double sheet, so I'll have to weld those 2 together. 3 punches, 6 shrinks, 2 singles, and 1 double. There we go. Yeah, we are going to see, can I weld these 2 together right now, or am I too slow? Yes, I got it. All right, we need a 2-year. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. 2 bends. Oh, cool. Got it immediately. All right, so we need that to get the blast furnace hot enough. I'm going to get my remainder of charcoal out of my forges real quick because I have almost used it all. I think I've got a pit over at my house over here finished, but I don't want to go and pick it up right now. So what we are going to be doing is taking our sheets, and we are going to place them on every single side of the entire blast furnace. Alright, so now that this blast furnace has its full metal jacket, it should be ready for us to finally place down the actual interface block. We could have done it with just a single layer, but Oh man, I just like to go above and beyond with these kind of things. It'll help us in the long run anyways. The sooner you can get it fully set up, the better for sure. And of course, we've even got the cutouts in here so that I can access these bellows right here. All right, so let's open this up. We'll throw our tuyer, I believe is how you say it, in here, and then we can grab some of our rich quality iron. I believe we only need 20 of these though, so like that. And then we need an equal amount of coal and an equal amount of flux as well. Alright, I didn't have enough charcoal in my forge over there, so I had to go and harvest our charcoal pit over at the house. But now we've got enough, so what you need to do is toss in... Oh, let's get to where we're right there so we don't miss. Toss in an equal amount of iron, charcoal, and flux into the unit. See, it fills it up all the way up to the basalt bricks. They are obviously not part of the blast furnace. That's just the decorative top piece. That's why this blast furnace is indented a couple of sections into the ground, a couple of blocks down into the ground. Mostly because, you know, I wanted it to be flush with the porch with a 1-block indent. But now we're going to need to put some tool hangers and stuff over here so that I can put fire starters, because this is going to be awfully inconvenient really fast. But we should be able to come over here. Did that light it? Yes, it lit it up. And now you can see we're full on ore. We're going to need some more charcoal in the system. I'm going to have to set up some redstone to address this, because, you know, that's going to get really annoying as well. I need to also hook up some redstone for our bloomery over here also, because, yeah, this thing, it's kind of annoying to come up here and, like, throw it up against the wall into the chimney or anything like that. I want to put a dropper here and here for charcoal and iron, and I might like to put 3 droppers here for our flux, our charcoal, and our iron. That would be really handy. Probably hook it up to some kind of redstone clock so that we can hopefully get maybe 10 pulses for these. Would be really cool if I could figure out how to get 10 pulses. And 8 pulses for these would be good with me. I know in Java Edition, like this is, I should be able to use a, like, redstone torch burnout clock and reliably get 8 pulses every time. So we will have to see. Alright, this thing is looking like it's heating up pretty good. We're going to try and get it nice and white hot and see if we can get some iron, some pig iron, which would be will convert into steel flowing on into our ceramic molds. Oh, I'm starting to see ore flow out of there. Yes, we are getting it. We're getting ore into the system. I have to eat. Awesome, guys. We are getting it. We are getting pig iron flowing into the ceramic molds. Oh, this is a great moment. Oh, and look at that. Our ore is depleting down there. There we go. Throw in a couple more pieces of charcoal. We're starting to run low on that. I think we're getting it all out of there, though. Look at that. Yeah, we are getting really close. Let's give it a few more pumps on the bellows, and there it goes. It's all out. So we should be able to get it right into our molds here. Oh, man, this is really, really cool. And we'll be able to use this, and what can we do? We can pop that out of here, and what do we get? We get pig iron. Awesome. And how do we make cast iron? Yeah, we cook pig iron in the coke oven, so I am going to need a little bit of cast iron. So we will keep a little bit of the pig iron. We won't refine it all into steel ingots. Really cool. I'm really liking this. Alright, so I am going to go down a long rabbit hole of crafting real quick, and let's see. We are going to start out by making one of these spanner wrenches. It's going to be really useful for making a lot of things cheaper, but we will need a mechanical board initially. This is one of the things that gets made cheaper by the spanner. As you'll see, if we click on how to make it, the spanner's right here, but we will have to use this one, which takes double the amount of resources pretty much. Metal chains are these double tin ingots, 2 double tin ingots worked down into the metal chains. Then we've got these cog wheels that are brass double ingots. I have some brass sheets ready. Little crankshaft. Yeah, we're gonna be going down a bit of a rabbit hole just to make this initial thing. But I have big plans, ladies and gentlemen. This will help us a lot in our travels if I can get it accomplished in a reasonable amount of time. And I've also hooked up some redstone for the bloomery and the blast furnace. Let's check out the bloomery's redstone. So my concept here is you would take, your charcoal, you'd put your 8 pieces right there, get it all nice and full. Then you can close your door and you can hit this and we'll listen for the droppers. And you can see that it's putting in 8 charcoal and 8 ore every single time. We've just got a redstone torch burnout clock up there that is helping us out. So once we have pumped it 3 times, that's 24 units of charcoal and ore. That is its max capacity. We can just light it on up, and it's good to go. I didn't even have to go up to the chimney. So let's go up here and check it out. Yep, we just got the 2 droppers, one of them full of charcoal, one of them full of limonite or iron. I'm just going to be using the bloomery for regular iron because it gives like a regular quality iron because it gives me an even number to work with, just 6 ingots per stack that I do. And then all of my rich stuff will go into the blast furnace because that also gives me an even number if I fill all 5 layers up. So for the blast furnace, we have to do charcoal, we have to do flux, and we also have to do the iron itself. So instead, I'm just going to come up here and throw in the 20 pieces manually. I'll just keep it in barrels. We're currently out. That's my barrel. I'm planning on keeping it in. And yeah, we're just going to throw it in manually. But as we go down here, while you're cooking up iron, I've tested out the button a couple of times. That's why we've got some charcoal in here. But while you're cooking up iron, the charcoal will start depleting faster than the iron. And it's important that you hit the button to replenish your charcoal and keep the ore flowing. And a closer look at the bloomery, we just have this redstone torch that's on the backside of the button, which is on that wooden plank right there. It runs up to that block, which is attached to redstone dust. And then we have this redstone torch right here, which powers the block, powers the dust, unpowers the torch. It goes in that dramatic cycle, which causes the redstone torch to burn out. But we lock it back in just in time whenever it's just delivered 8 items each button press. Very, very cool. And just to let you know, that's not reliable on Bedrock Edition by any means.
Take a treat.
Alright guys, that was a lot of crafting. We have finally gotten all of that stuff out of the way, and we have in turn got a lot of stuff to show off for it. One of them being this guy. He is pretty awesome. I do not have a name for him right now. All we've got for him is luggage at the moment, but he is pretty cool. He can hold barrels full of items. He can hold, tools, all sorts of stuff that chests normally can't hold. He's not limited to the size or weight. He can hold your ingots, whatever you need, and not only that, he also keeps all of the metal nice and hot. It doesn't lose any temperature in there. Oh, and check it out. We went to I found a lead mine. I was trying to get some sphalerite, which is zinc, and I stumbled upon a lead mine, and we got tons and tons of lead in here. That's like 90 ingots of lead. And yeah, I've been working on the metals quite a bit. Moved them over one, so we've got the bismuth, and then it starts going around like that. We've got lead. I made some sterling silver and rose gold. That's just each of these mixed with some copper. And then I've also got this black steel sheet and black steel ingot, and I did not get this from a quest reward, believe it or not. I actually crafted this. So I will be showing you how I made it. I don't know if it's like a glitch or an exploit or what, I don't know, but I'm pretty glad that it exists. Let's make up another batch of iron real quick. We put 8 in there. We'll close the flaps, hit our button. That should click it 8 times every single time. We do have to give it a second in between clicks, or else the redstone torch will actually burn out up there. And there we go. It says 24 and 24. Light it up. So normally that has to be loaded up at the top. So I'm really glad that we installed that redstone burnout clock on the side of that. So I also went through and crafted this servo table. We attached some cogwheels to it, to a steam motor right here, and then some piping to a steam generator. But really, I could just take this piping back, because in all honesty, this thing right here is only good for filling up these steam containers. Once you fill up these steam containers, you might as well just go ahead and stick it inside of your steam motor to power it. So we've got everything in here. This was a lot of grind to get all of this stuff, by the way. But we got everything in here to make one of these rivet guns. So I think you use that to make a water wheel or something. But we pop that in there, and boom, you can see it just launching through. Oh, wow, that might take a little while. Oh, yeah, that's going to take a while. But, yeah, it's spinning at over 120 RPM, so that is pretty cool. Yeah, so while that is crafting up, we'll go ahead and check upstairs. And if you notice, we also added a basalt border around the whole entire house. Pretty nice. I really like it. I'm going to be working on this building a little bit in the next episode. Over here, we've got the rolling machine. This thing is just great. So what we do is we take our ingots that we want to make into plates or whatever, and we've got a couple of Stirling engines here that once we power them with redstone, they'll actually start producing RF power for our rolling machine. And this is great because normally to make these sheets, you have to heat up 2 ingots on the forge and then weld them together and then work them on the anvil into a sheet. So to have them be able to be cold rolled like this is really convenient and nice. But you got to be careful. What I do is whenever the machine finishes processing the metal, whatever you want to do, because you can see this is changing colors. That means it's actually changing temperature. Yeah, right here you can see it heating up right here. It's at 93 degrees Celsius, so that thing is getting pretty toasty already. But it'll start getting darker and darker. Eventually it'll get red, and then it'll go black. Before it goes black, I cut off the redstone power, and that actually stops it altogether. Now right here I've got a sieve. This thing is awesome. So I was looking through, I could not find, and seriously guys, I could not find any sulfur anywhere. It spawns next to open lava pits. I have not seen any lava in this whole entire mod pack so far. Oh, Gotta click that. All right, cool. But so it's the sulfur spawns next to open lava pockets. I have not seen any lava at all, but look at all of this. By sifting dust, you can get all of this kind of stuff, excluding these three. But you can get all of these 12 items by sifting dust, which is really cool. So to get dust, you have to take sand and smash it down with this special hammer that you craft like so. Take the hammer, smash it down, get a piece of dust, and then run it through the sieve. And then if you're lucky, you will get some kind of output of mineral, and we take these. This is really cool. We take these tungsten dust, and we can craft it like that. 6 pieces makes 1 tungsten ore dust. Alright, now the catch with this is we have to get it to brilliant white, I believe, or at least into some sort of white. So we'll pump on the bellows now. I'm actually using coal instead of charcoal because, number one, it burns hotter. And there we go anyways. It turned into tungsten ingot. And number two, you know, it's so much more useful to use charcoal for iron and steel production. But yeah, once you get this thing to brilliant white, pump it a couple more times. Let's see. It should go into an ingot and turn into weakened steel. Oh, there it is. Weak steel ingot. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. Then we'll grab our chest guy, because we got plenty of pig iron in here. We'll pop each of them out of their mold. Then you throw them in the anvil, weld them together, and you get a high carbon black steel ingot. Then we can just work it out. And there we go. We've got ourselves a black steel ingot. Alright guys, we've got all of that lead crafted up, and look at that. Yeah, we had 128 ingots, 2 stacks, but I made a couple of hoppers here. You'll notice that they are a little bit different. You actually, you take the TerraFirmaCraft hoppers and you can smack them with a hammer and get a Minecraft hopper. Tested out the hopper on this sieve. It does not work, unfortunately. Yeah, any of the hoppers, so oh well. But for right now, guys, let's get started on making this carpenter block. And it is pretty ridiculous. It's got a lot going on with it, but we're going to go through and craft all of this stuff up. These cylinders are such a pain to make, by the way. I cannot wait until we can put together some sort of metal press. But for now, we'll take a few iron sheets, our 6 iron sheets, and we're going to put them in here and start crafting some saw blades. And I do like to let the Stirling engines charge this thing up so that it crafts your item, your next item, extremely quickly. So we'll let this get up to 5,000 RF, and then if you'll notice, they'll actually stop moving anyways. But yeah, let's go ahead and craft up that carpenter. Alright, here we go, guys. Tank, sturdy gearbox, mechanical saw, brass cogwheels, springs, and what's the other 2? Servo arms. Oh man, we have the carpenter. Let's bust out the rolling machine real quick and plop down this thing. And where can we see the recipes? Oh, there's a lot. Alright. So yeah, this thing makes a lot of different really cool stuff. I think we need it to make like a squeezer and a centrifuge and stuff like that, which is going to be coming next, because I do need to get beeswax. I've been running through and like messing around with the bees. Around here, there is nothing that I can do. I have to do these frozen bees, these wintry bees. But we will get more into that on a future episode. For right now, I want to maybe check out into crafting a couple of things with this carpenter real quick. Let's look into it. Alright, so I've got a couple of things in mind that we can craft with our carpenter. Let's go ahead and go in here and see how this thing works first thing. So I think we have to go ahead and lay it out up here, but it doesn't use the items. You have to then put it down here. This is just like the template. Then what do we need? We need a 2-year. Oh, right. Put it in there. And those two wrought iron gears. Then I believe we need some slime. Maybe one or... I don't know how much I need down there. And probably some creosote oil. And there we go. Conveyor belt going. Now it's no power. We'll fix that issue. Alright, we got 2 Stirling engines going on it. And it looks like it's going to take forever. Alright, so that's okay. We'll let those things warm up. Okay, it's going a little bit faster than I thought. The Stirling engines just had to warm up a little bit. So, no big deal. We'll get that one crafted. Then I've got one more thing in mind that we can actually get crafted today. All of this is for our metal press here. So, we're going to be using a couple of conveyor belts, but we also need a heavy engineering block. So, we will go ahead and get the heavy engineering blocks going on this carpenter as soon as these conveyor belts finish. And there we go. Alright, now for the heavy engineering blocks. Here we go. Need one of those in there. Then 4 steel ingots. And I don't believe we have enough creosote oil. Boop. That should be enough. And yeah, these are going now, and hopefully I'm not overheating this Stirling engine. It's cooling down now. It was getting a little bit too hot because this had stored up its maximum power. But now it has unleashed all of that, and we barely got any progress on the bar. So, you know what? I think it has been a good one, guys. We have made a lot of progress. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please do hit that like button, leave me a comment, and please do, if you're new, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.